anybody and nobody's calling the police. But once again, separating the money spent by an individual user from the product they consume is simply illogical. It is strange and suspicious and unnatural. Yes, we cheat nature to have sex without having kids, but I don't think anybody with a teardrop of a brain would accept cheating commerce fundamentals to give his money to some other artist you are not listening to. So, beyond numbers, this system underpays every single artist, genre, and label out of the worldwide pop charts, just because the system separates what people pay from what people listen to. Now, what would major labels lose if they change to user-centered payments? Yes, that's the term. Have it in mind. They would lose nothing. Most of the money after streamers cut their piece goes to those two major labels, Sony and Universal, who distribute everybody else, and those not with them will be served by the aggregators. The only difference is this time they will pay money to songs according exactly to what each user listened. If I listen to Epica the whole month, well, the money paid in that month goes to Epica's music rights representatives. Then if I want to hear Pink Floyd all the time, all the money spent will go to Pink Floyd's music rights representative. I don't want my subscriptions money going to Luis Fonsi's Despacito. Allow me the right to ignore who the hell Harry Styles is. I know who Ed Sheeran is, but I don't listen to him. Why would these people get my money if I didn't listen to them at all? Of course, this brings one big change. Mainstream labels will have to cost their mainstream artists marketing campaigns strictly with their own money. That one coming from subscribers who really heard those mainstream tracks this time. Still, major labels and aggregators will receive all the money and will keep most of it. But once again, only this time, this will send royalties according to what each user had listened. If we dig a little more, it is only the smaller artists who are paying around $40 to be hosted who would have a better opportunity to recover their investment. Smaller artists and labels have to pay to be hosted, but they are right now so unlikely profitable that aggregators promise them 100% of the royalties coming in if they come in. Imagine for a second what could happen if each new band convinces their fans to listen to them in a certain way to make them recover their investment. That is powerful and fair. And you know what? It is organic too, if you know what I mean. And once again, this won't be in the way of the total money major labels get. The aggregators' case will see a new opportunity, as many artists will gamble into trying to recover their yearly payments by going with them instead of pushing to be signed by majors. Some equilibrium will come. Once again, streaming is the best thing that has happened to music when the material collector is out of the equation. Still, collectors will want to go out with their music without their purchased product with them. The worst thing is precisely the way royalties are calculated today. Still, there is something else I haven't told you. That is the main reason I decided to finally do this video I had postponed for years is because recently I read something I never thought I could see in my life. On September 11th, 2019, at Music Alley's website, the headline reads, Deezer, remember the French streamer I mentioned you before, steps up its effort to introduce user-centric payment. Below that improbable but incredible headline, we can read, if it can persuade labels to back the idea. I didn't know about it. They even have a hashtag, Make Streaming Fair. And this is something that cannot be taken for granted. But guess what? The hashtag is now long forgotten forever apparently, because this is news within the industry. The people doesn't have access to that. So unless this is a public statement to pass the blame of the situation to major record labels, this initiative is something priceless. Because it comes from a streamer, from an insider. They know, they have calculated the impossible damage the system is doing to the 95% of the artists in their host paying for years. Now, the only thing needed is that the rest of the actors, you, the musicians, the managers, the independent record labels, and everybody part of the slice of the royalties from streaming income to ask for this change. Remember the name, user-centered payments. Now you know what is happening. Now you know within the streaming community, within the business itself, they are sensing the impact of the imminent public embarrassment of what is happening. The only thing that is left is the pressure and the indignation of the people. Not only artists, there are people out there caring about their favorite independent artists, about the music, about an environment of equality and fair conditions for everybody, of an honest music world in general. You know the name now. User-centered payment. Ask for it to your label, to your streamer. Fight for it. Use the goddamn tag. Make streaming fair. This will sound cheesy, but this time it is true. If this change is not applied soon, we will end up listening to Despacito until Suavecito is released next year. This is Carlos Onioro, your friend in Colombia. Happy 2020, and remember that together we can make royalties great again.